This week, our European show comes from the famous home of the Welsh Rugby Union, Cardiff Arms Park, now the adopted home of the national football team. It's a vital qualifying match for the 1992 European Championships in Sweden. Wales' opponents today are the world champions, Germany, led by Lothar Matthäus, the European Footballer of the Year and the top marksman among the Italian league's foreign stars.
It's Matthäus! Oh, you scarcely saw it!
Matthäus now leads a unified German side who welcomed into the fold the highly regarded Stuttgart midfielder Matthias Sammer. It's a huge task for Wales and their part-time coach Terry Yorath, but a win will go a long way to earning Wales a place in the finals of a major competition for the first time since 1958. Wales have, of course, three of the most lethal strikers in the English First Division. Ian Rush of Liverpool, who's currently third in the Welsh all-time scorers list.
Wilkins goes across to try and perhaps get a tackle in, but Nicol to Barnes, back to Nicol, and now Rush.
There's Mark Hughes, who helped Manchester United to victory in the European Cup Winners' Cup final against Barcelona. His goals are often spectacular.
Hughes, that's a great turn. Mark Hughes!
And completing the trio, the much sought-after Dean Saunders of Derby County, currently valued at over £2 million. So our featured match coming up, the European Championship qualifier, Wales against Germany. Later, we have a roundup of the other important European Championship qualifiers, including a victory for Norway over the mighty Italians. There's our usual diet of the European League action, where there's been a twist to the plot in the German Bundesliga. And we have the continuing saga of the PSV Eindhoven-Ajax battle for the Dutch League title. But first, we're off to Cardiff and the Arms Park. The fiercely partisan Welsh crowd always offer an intimidating atmosphere for any visiting team. Savouring it all is commentator Martin Tyler.
Welcome to Cardiff, where Wales and Germany walk out into a magnificent setting, the National Stadium, for so long the home of Welsh rugby, now available to the country's footballers, all seats sold, a crowd of 38,000. Well, Neville Southall of Everton keeps goal for his country for the 52nd time. David Phillips, who was born in West Germany, Paul Bowden now with Crystal Palace, Mark Hazelwood, one of two centre-backs who play in England's second division, 22-year-old Andrew Melville is the other, Kevin Ratcliffe, the captain and sweeper, Peter Nicholas equals the Welsh record tonight, his 72nd cap, Dean Saunders of Derby forming an impressive attack with Liverpool's Ian Rush, so that Mark Hughes, a great striker with Manchester United, has to play in midfield for his country, alongside Barry Horn of Southampton. But Wales can only afford Terry Yorath as a part-time coach. Well, Andy Melville has come in for the injured Eric Young. It's a huge test for the Oxford United defender. Goalkeeper Bodo Illgner, one of 8 players who took part in the World Cup final. Stefan Reuter, who looks set to play in Italy. Andy Bremer, who is based there, of course, already. Jürgen Kohler, a strong defensive marker. Thomas Berthold, now the sweeper. Guido Buchwald, who was so consistent in the World Cup. Defender Thomas Helmer, one of the newcomers. Matthias Sammer, the East German, who now plays for Stuttgart. Rudi Völler, 40 international goals behind him. Lothar Matthäus, who collected the World Cup in Rome, of course, and his clubmate with Inter, Jürgen Klinsmann. Bertie Vogts, 5 wins and a draw since he took over from Franz Beckenbauer. Tonight's referee is Bo Carlson, who had an excellent match in the European Cup Winners' Cup final. This is how the standings are. Wales, well, they have a chance if they can win tonight, but they've never beaten West Germany. How will they cope against now this united country, even stronger than they were when they took the World Cup last summer? There's a great sense of optimism, though, in the Cardiff area. The Welsh players do feel that this could be their big night. It's a massive kick from Neville Southall all the way up to his opposite number, Bodo Illgner. Ian Rush has been a distinguished player for Wales, but has never graced a major international finals. Wales haven't qualified for either the European Championships or the World Cup in his time. But make no mistake about it, they do have talent in the ranks, but they are up against the fiercest of opposition. Sama rather getting in Fowler's way. And it does look as though Bertie Vogts has concentrated very much on trying to stop Wales, and the man-for-man marking beginning to develop here, with Buchwald pushed on to try and contain Hughes. Bodin letting it run out. A real fairy story for him. Spell in non-league football and now in England's first division with Crystal Palace, who finished third at the end of the season that's just concluded. Header from Rush. Here's Hughes with all his characteristic strength. Saunders going to the right. And the Helmer of Borussia Dortmund wearing number 7 going with him. Wales getting in the cross though from David Phillips. Horn wins the header. And there's nerves apparent on both sides. It was Reuter who rather miskicked there. Rush. And time here for Germany, who would be perfectly satisfied with a draw. But Terry Yorath knows that Wales must win. Berthold, who's leaving his Italian club Roma to go back to Germany and Bayern Munich. Hughes, of course, who used to play with Bayern Munich, was a teammate for a time of Mateus. A lovely touch too by the captain back to Bremer. Mateus staying on the left, here he is. And Buchwald getting in the cross, it's an awkward one, Bodin and Hazelwood getting in something of a tangle, but it's walloped clear by Bodin, and Rush is brought down by Kohler. Ratcliffe to take it. Hazelwood, that's a pre-arranged move. Hazelwood had gone up, was trying to improve the angle of the ball into the penalty area. It was an emphatic header. Wales just a little too enthusiastic as they tried to reach it. Helmer. Now Berthold, really in the years that have elapsed since Franz Beckenbauer the player, Germany have had a lot of problems finding the right sweeper. Beckenbauer, of course, set such standards in that respect. Here's Berthold again. Sammer, whose father played for East Germany. Klinsmann has hit it very well, and indeed it swerved late, and Southall could only beat it out where Reuter used his renowned speed to collect the ball back. Mateus with the cross, and Voller sets up Bremer. And some noble defending by Phillips. The player, as I said at the start, who was actually born in Germany. His father was in the Royal Air Force. And David Phillips did a timely job here following that swerving shot from Klinsmann. Bremer. Mateus, that's beautifully done. But not quite the room that Voller was hoping for. it's developing into a most engaging contest. Rush with Kohler, his shadow. And they lead the throw for Phillips. He plays his club football with Norwich City. Nicholas, equaling the record of Joey Jones tonight. Terry Yorath has been preaching to his players the value of patience. Hughes, typically aggressive, and you can sense the willingness of Wales to really get at the Germans, but their manager will have pointed out that there could be some folly in that if it's done in an overcommitted way. Saunders trying to harass Bremer, but it didn't come off for Wales. Fowler. And a mistake by Berthold. Good work from Hughes in this midfield role. Those who saw him win the European Cup Winners' Cup for Manchester United with a superb striking display might find it hard to understand how Wales can pull him back like this, but it says much for Saunders, who's performed very well for his country. He's really just got ahead of Hughes in that respect, and Wales just want to play the two-up. Buchwald again getting forward well. Fowler going for this, it came off Bodin. Reuter well hit, and in the end very well saved by Southall. As it left Reuter's foot, it seemed bound for the far corner. But Southall looking in very impressive form. Klinsmann's at the near post, and that's much easier for the Wales goalkeeper. But Southall also equaling a record tonight. The most capped goalkeeper for Wales, Di Davis, 52, Southall 52 now. Well saved.
Go down, next chance, go down!
Now the referee from Sweden, Bo Carlson, has a growing reputation in the international context. He's a big man, an imposing figure. Saunders. Phillips. Mateus got back. Here's Nicholas. That's Saunders whetting the appetite of the crowd. And Mateus just feeling that thigh muscle there. I wonder whether... Yes, there's certainly a problem. And this is how it happened. Twisting there to prevent the corner. Apart from his normal marauding midfield work, Mateus has scored in each of Germany's last 3 internationals. Obviously won't want to lose him. Beautifully done by Bodin. Here's Nicholas spurning the shot for the cross towards Saunders. But Germany, for the most part, coping defensively with a fair degree of comfort. Buchwald, who marks Hughes when Wales have the ball, but has some license to go forward when Germany are in possession. No risks from Reuter. No relaxation for Terry Yorath, standing throughout. His assistant is Peter Shreve, formerly the manager of Tottenham Hotspur. Off Sama, and is kept in well by Fowler. But he gave away his intentions there to Nicholas. And once more, Kohler comes through the back of Rush, who's very angry and wanted the referee to reach for a card then. After Nicholas had made the interception. Well, the referee won't let Kohler get away with much more of that. And now it's a free kick against Buckfold. And this is in an encouraging position for Wales. And Berthold got in and had a say then. And he's been called over by referee Carlson. It's a yellow card for Berthold. Who's a fine player, still only 26, but his record has been occasionally punctuated by indiscipline. You might remember he got sent off in the '86 World Cup finals against Mexico, and now Nicholas has just thrown the ball in the face of Mateus, and he's going to get into trouble as well. A yellow card for Nicholas, and that means a suspension from the next game, which is in Germany on the 16th of October. And really, from Peter Nicholas's point of view, he'll look back on this with some regret. It's been a lengthy delay before the free kick can finally be taken. Phillips is there, he's the number 2. And Bowden as well. Nicholas with his back to goal. And the referee insistent in pulling Germany back. It's Bowden. Didn't get far enough for the home support. Horn. Brought away by Foller. And the tangle there between Klinsmann and Nicholas off the ball. The temperature rising. There has been a fair amount of public discussion by the two coaches criticising the other camp. Bertie Vogts has been publicly worried about Wales' aggression, trying perhaps to catch the eye of the referee in a newspaper or two. Whereas the diving antics of the likes of Jürgen Klinsmann has been mentioned by Terry Yorath. Melville takes the free kick for Wales. Over Rush, but it runs for Hughes. Bowden. Got a good angle for the cross. Ilgner rather flaps at it. This is Barry Horn. And there was a deflection. Well, Wales, who reckon they only have some 30 top-class players to choose from, certainly amongst the European poor relations, but they have a corner here against the world champions. Bowden. Here's Horn. Oh, that's a great try! And it dipped onto the top of the crossbar. Barry Horn, who studied chemistry at Liverpool University before pursuing a career in full-time football. And the chemist was looking for the right formula here, and he very nearly found it. Lovely work from Mateus. No sign there of the earlier injury. Well, so far, Melville and Hazelwood are coping with Klinsmann and Foller. Wales getting a better share of the ball as the half develops. Saunders, released by Helmer, and now Bremer taking over. Phillips. And that was Bowden coming in from left back with the licence to do that from across from the right back. Phillips with Wales playing with the sweeper system and Kevin Ratcliffe giving the insurance at the back. Phillips with another cross. And Hughes wondering whether he might have been pushed. Here's Fowler against Hazelwood. Mateus. Klinsmann. Picked off by Berthold. These two countries who were in the same World Cup qualifying group for Italia 90. West Germany, as it was then, were held here 0-0. Reuter and Klinsmann got in the way of that, but Neville Southall hasn't really appreciated it and came, I think, wondering whether he was going to prevent a corner. But he wouldn't have gone, surely, if he'd been absolutely certain that the ball had hit Klinsmann. We're in the final seconds of the first half. Klinsmann. That's well hit by Bremer, and Southall showing once more that he really looks at the height of his form, and he's been instrumental in keeping Germany goalless over the first 45 minutes. As I said earlier, 0-0 will suit Germany, and that's the way it is at half-time. Barry Horn skimmed the German bar, but it's Wales 0, Germany 0 in Cardiff. Thomas Doll is on for Germany at the start of the second half, but that's only part of the story. The player he's replacing is Lothar Matthäus. Rudi Völler takes over the captaincy. How will Germany cope here without their inspiration in midfield? But Matthäus, we saw signs of him flexing what looked like a damaged right thigh muscle in the first half, and he's given way to that injury. And that absence will certainly act as a spur to Wales, one would think. Here's Horn, who's been conspicuous in the Wales midfield. Indeed, often close to Matthäus. Southall, who made 3 excellent saves. As Germany revealed, as one would expect, the sharper cutting edge of the two sides. Nicely done by Berthold. Here is Doll, who, like Sammer, plays his football in the West now. Doll with Hamburg. Hughes. Rush peeling off to the right. And the willing Phillips is there as well. Rush again, given room to turn. Saunders. Held up by Helmer. Here's Bowden. His good left foot. And that was deflected. Wales will, I'm sure, be feeling the benefit of a match only a week ago. They had a friendly in Poland. They drew 0-0, which was a creditable result. Chance to work on their tactics and their organisation, and indeed their corner routines. The short one here not paying off for Nicholas. Here's Koga. It's nicely done to Andy Bremer, whose strength really is on the attacking side of his game. Looking to slide it through the centre for Klinsmann.
And again. And, brought down by Hughes. Mark Hughes made a great start to his Welsh international career and then rather went off the boil. He's accepted this change in role. Oh, and here's Voller. Well found by Klinsmann, and Bodin came back to steer it to Southall. You still get the feeling that Germany at any time could move onto full throttle. Bremer. Sammer. Reuter to Buchwald. And this is high technique by Germany as they keep possession, as Wales chasing shadows to try and get a touch in, and Berthold comes forward. And there's an incident there. And Thomas Berthold kicked out at Kevin Ratcliffe and has been sent off. Sheer stupidity. The referee saw it. And I do believe that even if Berthold hadn't been booked in the first half, he would have still gone for this. There was a collision there with Ratcliffe, who did kick out while on the ground, and Berthold was annoyed by that and retaliated. That was what was seen. Ratcliffe not totally blameless in the incident, but what a different complexion we have now. Thomas Berthold, who was sent off quite recently, last month in fact, playing for Roma in the Italian First Division, and before for West Germany in the '86 World Cup finals. Hughes. And Buchwald, even though Bertie Vogts has had to pass on instructions about reorganisation defensively, Buchwald still close to Hughes whenever possible. And Nicholas with the cross. Rush. There's a bit of a shirt feeling then. Oh, really? Wales do have a great opportunity now against 10 men. The sending off coming 16 minutes into the second half. And here's Bodin. Hazelwood able to join in, of course. Try and make the extra man count. Nicholas. Just away from Saunders, but the wisdom of Peter Nicholas will be important now. As Wales try to cash in on Berthold's indiscretion, and that was Kohler pushing away at Rush, but nothing was given. Well, there were worries about the lack of Melville's experience, but I must say he's given a good account of himself. And the crowd here, not used to success, wondering whether this could be a great night for Wales. Suddenly and sensationally, the odds have tilted into their favour. But Voller is not just settling for defending, and he's got help here from Kohler. The ball breaks for Bodin, and it's hit early as Rush likes it, and he'll chase it, he'll collect it. Ian Rush! Germany are a goal down, and in Cardiff they can't believe what they're seeing. Rush, who's been scoring goals in that style for Liverpool for years, and Bodin recognised the possibility, and Rush had isolated, not Kohler this time, but Buchwald, who's not quite as quick, and he couldn't catch Ian Rush. A goal that might mean a piece of history for Wales. Rush finally drew back the right foot and I think hit it somewhere between the knee and the ankle, but it went straight in. Rush wins it back, and Bowden takes it on for Wales again. And Buchwald was straining to get there, although that time he did with the tackle. But Rush cleverly on the goal, got in front of Buchwald and put his whole frame there. So at the best Buchwald could have done was to bring him down. He couldn't even do that. Germany, with a proud record in the European Championships, expected to be even mightier in this qualification group because of the unification, West with East. But this is a sorry situation from their point of view. They still have to play Wales in October in Germany. But they also have a difficult match away to Belgium. Stefan Effenberg of Bayern Munich warming up. And here's Fuller as the 10 men try to take on the 11 who lead by a goal to nil. Sammer's header! Southall saw it all the way. But a reminder here for Wales, if they needed it, that the victory is by no means theirs yet. Sammer is to come off, and it's a first cap for Effenberg, the 22-year-old. He's in the squad really because Andy Müller is injured. Bremer. Now Dobb. Effenberg, who's on the tall side for a midfield player, but is strong and well balanced. Fuller. You do sense that he might hold the key here. He's played with terrific determination, but with no real success as yet. And he's earned a free kick, making sure that the referee saw the fall. Saunders hoped to get away unpunished. Well, it's Reuter to take the free kick. Another situation where Mateus is missed. Hazelwood climbed well. Back quickly by Bremer. Klinsmann follows there, and the flag is up for offside. Well, one never doubts the character of any German team. And that must have been a very close call for the linesman. Bertie Vogts facing defeat as Germany's coach for the first time. Rush, and Hughes. The whistle has gone, and Hughes wants to get the ball away so that Ildner can't restart the game quickly. Wales, when they go to Germany, will be fortified by the fact that in the World Cup qualifying match in '89 they lost narrowly 2-1, having taken the lead. The match was played in Cologne. It's almost unthinkable that the European Championship finals will take place without German representation. Realistically, even if they are to lose tonight, the odds are still in their favour, given the remaining games. But there would be no margin for error at all in those matches. Here's Effenberg. He's done very well. Wales suddenly looking rather weary. Bremer's cross, Klinsmann, and that's Southall again with a splendid stop. It was a textbook header from Jürgen Klinsmann, but Southall right from the outset here has looked like a goalkeeper who would only be beaten by, well, something inspirational. And Klinsmann's header very nearly came into that category. And here's Kohler. And Germany continue to give Wales problems. Klinsmann, Hazelwood is there. Bodin. Well, Bremer and Klinsmann, both of Inter in Italy. That was a fantastic save by Neville Southall of Everton and Wales. He's the most diligent of goalkeepers. His preparation is so fastidious that Terry Yorath has accused him of wearing himself out. But all that preparation has paid off for Southall tonight. And but for him, even though Wales have been playing against 10 men for coming up for half an hour now, but for Southall, they wouldn't be as close to victory as they are. And Peter Shreve down on the touchline wants to make a substitution that I think can only be designed to use up a bit of time. It's Gary Speed of Leeds United, who's going to be the pawn really in that particular game. As we move towards stoppage time, and Voller gets a bit of a bang from Southall, and there's a fair amount of respect between the two, I think. But it's all smiles for Wales. Both players involved knew that the ball was going to go out for a goal kick. 21-year-old Gary Speed scored the 2 goals for the Wales under-21 side last week in Poland. He scored 10 this season for Leeds United, and he replaces Dean Saunders and will do well to get a kick of the ball. So little time remains. Ian Rush's goal is now a matter of seconds away from giving Wales their finest hour in the European Championship. Oh, and Effenberg helped it on. The feeling here is that Wales will make Terry Yorath a full-time appointment if they do win this match. That was said a few weeks ago. So his future really is resting on what happens in this frenetic finish. Another look at the watch, but the whistle remains in the hand. Doll, there's still time for Germany. Reuter is over Buchwald. The pressure cannot be relieved though. Headed on by Buchwald. Hazelwood doesn't get it very far. Voller is there. Klinsmann, that came off. Phillips! Oh, and so nearly rolled into Effenberg's stride. And this was almost a suicidal moment for Wales, but it was the last chance for Germany, it seemed. Neville Southall will kick this as far as he can. And like the rugby players that have played in this stadium for much of its life, he kicked a good touch then. There it is! Wales 1, Germany 0. Ian Rush settled it in the second half after Germany had been reduced to 10 men by the sending off of Thomas Berthold. Wales' first victory.